you're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. Oh, and I've seen many searching for answers far and wide, but I know we're all searching for answers. Only you provide, 'cause you know just what we need before we say a word. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. Because you are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. You are perfect in all of your ways. Oh, you're perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. Oh, it's love so undeniable. I can hardly speak. Peace so unexplainable. I can hardly think as you call me. Deeper still as you call me. Deeper still as you call me. Deeper still into love. Love, love, you're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're good. You are perfect in all of your ways. It's who you are. It's who you are, and I'm loved. You are perfect in all of your ways. It's who I am. It's who I am.
और एकांत मन में ध्यान इतना दीजिए। हम कौन आए क्यों यहाँ, हम कौन आए क्यों यहाँ, करे आत्म अन्वेषण। आत्मचिंतन से ही होगा आत्म परिवर्तन। आत्म परिवर्तन करेगा, आत्म परिवर्तन करेगा, विश्व परिवर्तन। आत्मचिंतन से ही होगा। तन से न्यारी दिव्य प्यारी मैं सचेतन आत्मा। तन से न्यारी दिव्य प्यारी मैं सचेतन आत्मा। सर्व शक्तिवान शिव मेरे पिता परमात्मा। सर्व शक्तिवान शिव मेरे पिता परमात्मा। उनके निर्देशन में मेरा, उनके निर्देशन में मेरा तन पे अनुशासन। आत्मचिंतन से ही होगा आत्म परिवर्तन। आत्म परिवर्तन करेगा, आत्म परिवर्तन करेगा, विश्व परिवर्तन। आत्मचिंतन से ही होगा।
हदों को मिटा ले, आजा खाली पल में पी का घर तेरा, तेरे बिन खाली आजा खाली पल में, तेरे बिन खाली आजा खाली पल रंग रेजा, रंग रेजा, रंग रेजा, ओ रंग रेजा। कुन फयकुन, कुन फयकुन, 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 फयकुन। Fire जो मुझ में समाया, वो जो तुझ में समाया, मोरा वही वही माया। वो जो मुझ में समाया, वो जो तुझ में समाया, मोरा वही वही माया। कुन फयकुन, कुन फयकुन, सदक़ल्लाहुल अलीयुल अज़ीम। रंग रेज़ा रंग मेरा तन मेरा मन, ले ले रंगाई चाहे तन चाहे मन। रंग रेज़ा रंग मेरा तन मेरा मन, ले ले रंगाई चाहे तन चाहे मन।
सजरा सवेरा मेरे तन भर से, कचरा अंधेरा तेरी चलती ला। सजरा सवेरा मेरे तन भर से, कचरा अंधेरा तेरी चलती ला। कतरा मिला जो तेरे दर पर से, ओ मौला मौला। कुन फयकुन, कुन फयकुन, कुन फयकुन, कुन फयकुन, कुन फयकुन, कुन फयकुन, 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 फयकुन,
जब कहीं पे कुछ नहीं भी नहीं था, वही था वही था वही था वही था। जब कहीं पे कुछ नहीं भी नहीं था, वही था वही था वही था वही था। कुन फयकुन, कुन फयकुन, सदक़ल्लाहुल अलीयुल अज़ीम।
सदक़ रसूलुहुल नबियुल करीम।
सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम,
सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। ओ मुझ पे करम सरकार तेरा, अर्ज तुझे कर दे मुझे, मुझसे ही रिहा। अब मुझको भी हो दीदार मेरा, कर दे मुझे, मुझसे ही रिहा, मुझसे ही रिहा। मन के मेरे ये भरम, कच्चे मेरे ये करम, लेके चले हैं कहाँ मैं तो जानू ही ना।
तू है मुझ में समाया, कहाँ लेके मुझे आया। मैं हूँ तुझ में समाया, तेरे बिना
صدق رسوله النبي الكريم.
This is my Father's world, and to my listening ears, all nature sings and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world, I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas, his hand of wonders wrought. This is my Father's world, the birds their carols raise, the morning light, the lily white, declare their Maker's praise. This is my Father's world, he shines in all that's fair. In the rustling grass I hear him pass, he speaks to me everywhere. This is my Father's world. Oh, let me ne'er forget that though the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the ruler yet. This is my Father's word, the battle is not done. Jesus who died shall be satisfied, and earth and heavy world. This is my Father's world, why should my heart be sad? The Lord is King, let the heavens ring. God reigns, let earth be glad. The Lord is King, let the heavens ring. God reigns, let earth be glad. This is my Father's world, and to my listening ears, all nature sings and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world. I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas, His hand of wonders wrought. This is my Father's world. The birds their carols raise, the morning light, the lily white declare their Maker's praise. This is my Father's world. He shines in all that's fair. In the rustling grass I hear Him pass. He speaks to me everywhere. This is my Father's world. Oh, let me ne'er forget that though the wrong seems off so strong, God is the ruler yet. This is my Father's word. The battle is not done. Jesus who died shall be satisfied. Earth and heavy burden. This is my Father's world. Why should my heart be sad? The Lord is King. Let the heavens ring. God reigns. Let earth be glad. The Lord is King. Let the heavens ring. God reigns. Let earth be glad. तन से न्यारी दिव्य प्यारी मैं सचेतन आत्मा तन से न्यारी दिव्य प्यारी मैं सचेतन आत्मा सर्व शक्तिवान शिव मेरे पिता परमात्मा सर्व शक्तिवान शिव मेरे पिता परमात्मा उनके निर्देशन में मेरा उनके निर्देशन में मेरा तन पे अनुशासन आत्मचिंतन से ही होगा आत्म परिवर्तन आत्म परिवर्तन करेगा आत्म परिवर्तन करेगा विश्व परिवर्तन आत्मचिंतन से ही होगा This is my Father's world, and to my listening ears, all nature sings and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world, I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas, His hand of wonders wrought. This is my Father's world, the birds their carols raise, the morning light, the lily white, declare their Maker's praise. This is my Father's world, He shines in all that's fair. In the rustling grass, I hear Him pass, He speaks to me everywhere.
Good evening and welcome. Today is a program for the auspicious occasion of Maha Shivratri, and you're all welcome to Global Harmony House. How many of you have been here before? Can I see hands? That's okay. How many of you have not been here before? Is it your first time? There are a few. Excellent. You have registered, right? Okay. So, how many of you know the Brahma Kumaris? Okay. How many of you don't know the Brahma Kumaris? I don't see any hands. If there is a hand, I want to see it high. The Brahma Kumaris is a worldwide spiritual movement. Call it a spiritual organization. Our thought, our practice, and what we preach is that it is possible to look at everything in a spiritual way. So we first and foremost believe that you need to know yourself and you have to connect to the divine. That's our main teaching. So today's program, Maha Shivratri, is a very renowned festival of the Hindu faith. In the calendar, it is said that after Maha Shivratri are all the other festivals of the year. Maha Shivratri kind of starts off the festivities and the celebrations. And it is said this is because they believe that Shiva, who is the name of God in that faith, comes to take every soul into light from darkness. And when we were thinking about it, when we were thinking about this program, I was thinking, and all of us in the team were thinking, if anyone tells you, I'm going to show you light, will you follow them to light? Into light? How many of you would follow them into light? I'm not seeing any hands, just so everyone knows. I'm not seeing many hands. But you are seeing a hand, you will go? You're still very young. But mostly there is this doubt. Why would you follow someone just because they're saying they're showing you the light? There has to be something more to it, right? There has to be some relationship, some connection based on which there is a trust that, yes, this person is going to lead you into light, right? Who would you trust to take you into light? Your mother? Very good. Because you usually think of mother as a benefactor. They would do only something that will benefit you. Who else? Father? Very good. God or God the Father, right? Very beautiful. So you need to have a relationship based on which you can trust that this person or whoever this being is going to take you into light. Some of the relationships that we talk about in our teachings is that of a parent, father or mother, a teacher. Would you trust your teacher? Right? And a preceptor or a guru, because they're going to show you the path. So in today's program, we are going to kind of explore the connection of a father and leading us to light. So how we are doing it is in the Hindu faith, when they talk about Shiva as the benefactor or God as the benefactor, they say he leads everyone into light. He doesn't say, I lead the Hindus into light. You understand? He leads everyone, all the souls, into light, into liberation. So we were wondering, what are the other faiths saying about God? So we are trying to explore today with all of you the concept of God as Father through various faiths and religions. In certain faiths, he's seen more as a benefactor, but not specifically as a father. So we're going to explore 8 different faiths and religions to see what they are saying. So how we do it is we have one person who's either from the faith or has done some research on that faith who will come and share with you what it is that they say and believe in that faith. And then we'll play one song or a hymn or a bhajan of that path with meanings, with the English translation. So you kind of get a feeling of how they look at God, how they want to experience God. And after that, we will explore how we are all thinking about God. And then we'll definitely have Sister Tina, who will come and tell us about what the Brahma Kumaris believe in. What is the universal faith of the Brahma Kumaris? Because their main teaching is only one. I am a soul and I need to connect to God. That is the source of everything in the world. Joy, happiness, prosperity, whatever you call it. So you're all ready? When we were doing it, it was a very interesting research for us, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it as much as we did. So welcome to this evening's program. Let us start with the first faith, which is Christianity. I would like to call on Sister Carmen to come and share with us. It's easier.
Om Shanti. Good afternoon, everybody. It's beautiful from up here. See everyone. So I'm going to sit. I think I feel a little more comfortable. So I am going to share just a little bit on Christianity, on the theme of what is Father of all souls. And of course, I'm going to read a little bit. So in Christianity, God is often referred to as the Father. And that highlights the close, personal, and loving relationship he has with the people. This paternal imagery is not just symbolic, but it reflects God's nature as the creator, the protector, and the provider. Just as a loving father nurtures, guides, and cares for his children, Christians believe that God watches over them, offering wisdom, discipline, and unconditional love. They see him as the Almighty Father, the forgiving Father, the merciful Father. So Jesus himself frequently spoke of God as Father, reinforcing the idea that believers are not just followers of God, but his beloved children. In one of the books in the Bible, it says, in John, it says that to all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. The understanding of God as the Father is deeply embedded in the Christian practice. So one of the most well-known prayer, which is called the Lord's Prayer, Christ was said to be with his disciples, and one of them asked him, Master, teach us how to pray. And he said to them, when you pray, say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And so this suggests that they acknowledge God for his holiness, his purity, and sovereignty, but also emphasizes his closeness with the people. Christians throughout history have turned to God as their Father in times of need. And it's to, for comfort, for help, for protection. And it's remembered that when Christ was on the cross, the last words he said was, Father, to thee I commit my spirit. Those were the last words that he said. There are other times when people turn to God to give gratitude, and they do this in many ways, and also to praise and to worship him. So just as children turn to their parents for guidance, for support, for comfort, and also to praise their parents, the idea of God as a Father also emphasizes unity among believers, as all who followed Christ, who was considered to be the Son of God, they are also seen as part of one spiritual family. That's the concept of brotherhood. So for all Christians, God, whomever they understand him to be, is the Father. Function.
Thank you.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us all our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all that is evil. But deliver us from all that is evil.
Deliver us, Lord, from all that is evil, and grant us peace.
I would now like to call on Sister Nalini to come and talk to us about Judaism.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome to Global Harmony House. I'm going to try to read this from technology and hope it doesn't fail me today, as I have attended one ceremony once, and in the middle of the ceremony, technology went down. So shed energy onto me, directed this way. In Judaism, God is occasionally referred to as Avinu, our Father, reflecting a relationship based on covenants, guidance, and compassion. Unlike some religious tradition where the paternal image of God is central, Judaism presents a more nuanced understanding, balancing the metaphor of God as Father with descriptions of God as a judge. With description of God as a judge, shepherd, king, and source of divine wisdom. The use of avenue signifies more than just a familial bond. It emphasizes God's role in guiding, nurturing, and disciplining the Jewish people, much like a father educates and cares for his children. This idea is deeply rooted in the Torah, where God is described as the one who chooses, loves, and corrects his people, much like a parent guiding a child towards righteousness. Deuteronomy 14:1 states, "You are children of the Lord your God," reinforcing this connection. Thank you.
I would like to now invite Brother Sushil Sagar to share with us about Hinduism.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. When I say Om Shanti, it gives me tremendous happiness. Do you feel that? Om Shanti once again. As you know, India is a vast country with lots of people there. One religion which is predominantly all over the country is Hinduism. And I have this pleasure and privilege to talk to you about Hinduism. Very briefly though. Hinduism embraces a diverse and expansive view of the divine, recognizing God in multiple forms, since there are so many people, so many faiths, attributes, and even genders. The divine is not limited to a singular entity, but is understood through various deities and manifestations that reflect different aspects of existence. While God is often described with fatherly attributes, maternal qualities are equally emphasized. These highlight the nurturing, protective, and compassionate aspects of divinity. In Bhagavad Gita, the holy book, like your holy Bible, Lord Krishna declares, I am the father of this world, the mother, the supporter, and the grandsire. Unquote. This verse signifies that God transcends human distinctions, embodying both the guiding authority of a father and the unconditional love of a mother. Hindu philosophy teaches that God is both personal and impersonal, meaning that different devotees may connect with the divine in a way that resonates with their spiritual needs. Some seeing God as a loving father, Pitra, others as divine mother, Mata, so called, and some as an abstract universal presence. Traditionally, this dual parental nature of the divine is deeply reflected in Hindu worship and devotional practices. Let's examine God as Pitru. Many Hindus approach deities like Lord Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, whose birthday we are celebrating today, Rama, Krishna, and so on. I can go on and on, but just the few, just to give you an gist of it, as a father figure, representing wisdom, discipline, maryadas, and protection. Just as a father provides guidance and structure, these deities offer spiritual direction and the path to righteousness, that is dharma. And when we look at mother as our goddess, Hinduism equally reveres the divine in its maternal form, as seen in goddess like you might have heard Durga, Lakshmi, Parvati, and Saraswati, and so on. These forms emphasize compassion, like mother, nourishment, and unconditional love, and knowledge, education, light. Devotees often seek the mother goddess for comfort, protection, and healing. One of the most famous prayers reflecting this belief is Taveva Mata Chapita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhushcha Sakha Tvameva, and so on. This verse highlights the all-encompassing nature of God, embracing both parental aspect in devotion. So before we display the video, displaying a song, it really means you are my mother, you are my truly father, you are my relative, you are my friend, you are the knowledge, you are the truth, you are wealth, and truly you are all my God of gods. It also asks for mercy and kindness and so on. You love it. It's so beautifully sung. Thank you so much for your attention.
তুমি গো বন্ধু সখা তুমি গো
Thank you, Sushil Bhai. I would now like to invite Mr. Sarabjit to talk to us about Sikhism.
Om Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Welcome. I'm from Sikh religion, so I'll talk a little bit about my religion. In Sikhism, unlike other religions where the focus is more on intermediaries, the teachers, but in Sikhism, the founder, who is Guru Nanak, he talked more about the one Lord. He talked about Vaheguru. Vahe means the wonderful, Guru means Lord, that one wonderful teacher. I will just read one line from the scripture, Guru Granth Sahib. Ek Pita, Ekas Ki Hum Barak. That means he's the one father and we are all his children. He is the eternal father, protector, guide, sustainer, caring for all of his creation without discrimination. So the founder, Guru Nanak, talked or throughout the scripture talked about one father. Somewhere he described him as a father, a few times as a teacher, Lord, but the focus was always on one Lord, one Father. Sikhism teaches that every person can directly connect with Vaheguru, that wonderful Lord, wonderful teacher, through prayer, devotion, and righteous living. The foundational verse of Sikhism is Mool Mantra. So I'll read a little bit. It's Ek Onkar, that means there is only one God. Satnam, truth is his name. Karta Purak, he is the creator. Nirbhav, Nirvair, is without fear, without hate. Akal Murat is timeless and without form. Ajhuni Sabhang is beyond birth and beyond death, the enlightened one. Guru Prasad, realized through the grace of the true God. So anyone who want to realize the true God, true teacher, we can connect directly with the Supreme Lord. And magic happens when you connect with one Lord, the Supreme Lord, Vaheguru, or the Supreme Teacher. Thank you and Om Shanti.
तू मेरा पिता तू है मेरा माता तू मेरा बंदे तू मेरा भ्राता तू मेरा पिता तू है मेरा माता तू मेरा बंदे तू मेरा भ्राता तू मेरा राखा सबने ताई दाबो के हाड़ा जियो तू मेरा पिता तू है मेरा माता तू मेरा बंदे तू मेरा भ्राता तू मेरा पिता तू है मेरा माता तू मेरा बंदे तू मेरा भ्राता तुम
Still enjoying? Okay, we now have Brother Nashif, who's going to talk to us about Islam.
Good afternoon, everybody. Shanti. Just touch upon the in Islam, what's the concept of father, or how does it relate? Just a response. Well, in Islam, God, which you could call Allah, is not typically referred to as father, because the relationship between God and human beings is based on submission, servitude, and devotion, rather than a paternal connection. Well, Islam emphasizes Tawheed, which means the absolute oneness of God, meaning Allah is beyond human attributes and cannot be likened to any created being. Instead of a father-child dynamic, the Quran describes the relationship as one of a creator and creation, where human beings are the servants of Allah. Well, some words of a language cannot be exactly translated in another language. So here, basically, the word servant is actually a derivative of serve and serving. The Arabic word ibad is actually used for a Muslim, meaning his creation, a person created to be obedient to him, and so on. This does not imply a distant or an impersonal relationship with God. On the contrary, God is deeply involved in the lives of his creation, providing guidance, sustenance, and mercy. The Quran says that he has created us in different shapes, colors, race, in order to serve each other. So we're all servants of humanity, per se. We serve everybody. One of the most frequently recited verses in the Quran highlights this, which says that we are closer to them than their jugular vein, which means that this verse underscores God's closeness and intimate knowledge of every person's thoughts, struggles, and needs. So that he's always with his creation. Thank you very much. That's short. Om Shanti.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful.
الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم.
Allah, there is no deity except Him, the ever-living, the sustainer of all existence.
لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم.
Neither drowsiness overtakes Him nor sleep.
له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض.
To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on earth.
من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه.
Who is it that can intercede with Him except by His permission?
يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء.
He knows what is before them and what will be after them, and they encompass not a thing of His knowledge except for what He wills.
وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض.
His kursi extends over the heavens and the earth,
ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم.
and their preservation tires Him not, and He is the Most High, the Most Great.
Now I would like to invite Sister Beverly to talk to us about the Native American faith.
Om Shanti, good evening. So, I'm talking about the Native American Indians today, and their beliefs In many Native American Indian tribes, the Creator is often referred to as Father, reflecting a deeply familial relationship with the earth, nature, and all living beings. This belief is rooted in the understanding that the Creator is not just a distinct divine force, but an active, loving presence that provides guidance, protection, and balance to the world. The concept of the Creator as Father is often paired with the idea of Mother Earth, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all creations. The Great Spirit is seen as the source of all life, much like a father who cares for his children. During traditional prayers and ceremonies like the Sundance, Sweat Lodge, or Pipe ceremony, prayers often invoke Father Sky and Mother Earth, recognizing their dual role in sustaining life. For Native Americans, there is a universal belief in the importance of spirituality and the influence of the spiritual force in the balance of one's life. One common teaching that humans are part of a large sacred circle where all beings, people, animals, plants, water, and the sky are spiritually connected with the Creator as the ultimate guide and protector. Many tribal stories speak of the Creator as a loving, wise, and sometimes stern guide, teaching lessons about respect, harmony, and balance in the world. A common prayer reflecting this belief is, O Great Spirit, whose voice I hear in the winds, and whose breath gives life to all the world, hear me. This prayer expresses the belief that the Creator is ever present, listening and guiding humanity as a father would. Om Shanti.
Wende ho, wende ho, wende ho, 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 hey ho, ya, ya, ya. Wende ho, wende ho, wende
Last two. I now invite Sister Neeru to talk to us about Jainism. Om Shanti. For those who are new here, Om means I am soul,
And Shanti is, I belong to religion of peace. I'm a peaceful soul, and you all are peaceful soul. Welcome. So today I'll be talking about Jainism. And unlike everything else that you heard, so Jainism, the concept of God is very different from many other religions. Here in Jainism, God is not seen as a creator, ruler, or a father figure that governs the universe. Instead, it teaches that the universe and its constituents, such as soul, matter, space, time, and the philosophy of motion, they always existed, and they're governed by the law of nature and not by any creator. And here, what it really focuses is that each soul is eternal. It always existed. And each soul has a potential to achieve liberation, which is called moksha, through its own effort of self-realization, non-violence, which is ahimsa, and self-discipline, and not through dependency of a creator God. Rather than seeking a paternal protector, Jains emphasize self-discipline, non-violence, the truthfulness, and self-purification as a path to spiritual enlightenment. So the ultimate goal is to free the soul from the cycle of birth and death and to achieve moksha. And the brief underscore the idea that each soul or the individual is responsible for their own spiritual progress without the reliance on a fatherly deity for the salvation or grace. So pretty much while Jainism does not personify God, it acknowledges the existence of liberated souls, who they call as Tirthankaras. These are the ones who are the spiritual teachers. And many of you must have known the 24th. There were 24th liberated souls. And the 24th of them was Lord Mahavir. And he was in the 6th BCE. And the reason why they consider the Tirthankaras as the spiritual guide is, and rather than seeing them as a god, in the traditional self, these are the ones who achieved the state of perfection, infinite knowledge, power, and they always resided in a state of bliss. So they are the ones who achieve self-realizations and freedom from karma. So the Jains worship them not as a creator, but as perfected souls who have achieved liberation and whose teachings provide them a roadmap for others on how to live a life of spiritual purity. And their teachings are that the Jain scriptures, which is agamas, they contain their teachings of the Tirthankaras, and it emphasizes on compassion, non-attachment, truth, and the ways for the spiritual progress. Something new you learned, right? Very good. Thank you.
last but not the least, I invite Sister Neeti to tell us a little about Buddhism. Everyone still awake? Yes. It's such a pleasure to go around the world in less than an hour. And we've come to almost the closing. And I feel each one is threaded into this beautiful rosary of similarities. It's like you take the Muslim faith, you take Judaism, it's all the same. And it's so beautiful. And it's my pleasure to share with you about Buddhism. In Buddhism, there is no central concept of God as a father or creator. Instead, the focus is on understanding the nature of reality, which they called dharma, and attaining enlightenment, which they call nirvana, through one's own efforts. The Buddha, rather than being divine, is reversed as fully awakened teacher who discovered the truth of existence and showed the path of liberation. Buddhism teaches that all beings have the potential for enlightenment, which is Buddhahood. And that spiritual progress is achieved through wisdom, ethical conduct, mental discipline, rather than through reliance of parental deity. The idea of external God who governs and controls human destiny is not in the central Buddhist thought. Instead, they focus on the principles that guides, follows towards self-awareness, liberation from suffering. And I think one of the most beautiful traditions, which almost all of us have seen in Buddhism, is offering flowers in silence, peace, and meditation. So thank you. How beautiful was that? We traveled all over the world, tried to understand as many faiths as we could, what they were thinking, what they were looking for, what their beliefs were. After having traveled everywhere, which travel is left? What have you left out? God? We look for God in all faiths, right? What is missing? Can anyone take a guess? Our travel within, right? Isn't that the basis of all understanding? So we're going to take a few minutes. We're going to show you something out there. See that? I want each one of you, having listened to all of this, having experienced whatever you have over the last hour, take a few minutes to reflect on these questions. Reflect on an experience where the idea of God as a father brought you comfort, guidance, or strength. Let's take a minute. If you want to close your eyes, open your eyes, it doesn't matter. But the idea is to go within. Are some other ways you have felt connected to the divine in your life? How have these experienced enriched your life? In what ways do you feel the concept of God as a universal father fosters a sense of unity and shared belonging amongst all of us? Can you think of a time when this idea helped bridge differences? The questions are on the screen there. Take a couple of minutes. Let's reflect and then we'll come back together. Wasn't enough time, was it? No? So we need help, right? We want a little help, someone who can help us answer some of our questions. I would like to invite Sister Tina. Sister Tina. I'm going to find her. He found me. Sister Tina, I'm just going to give you a little introduction. Many of you already know her. Sister Tina has a PhD in plant genetics and has worked for many years as a research scientist in academia. She has been practicing Raj Yoga meditation for 25 plus years. I just want to make sure I'm right. And is currently living at the Global Harmony House, our center here. Tina loves to discover her inner strengths and apply spiritual concepts to practical life to stay in dignity and peace in all that she does. Many of us who've interacted with her have experienced this, right? So, Tina Ben, we're going to get you a mic. All right. But before that, these are the questions. We're not getting her a mic. I will give her mine, right? Sacrifice. So, in the program today, till now, what we were seeing are all the faiths and religions and how we converge on some aspects, right? But for those of you who are from various faiths, you know we don't converge on everything, do we? We didn't talk about the differences today. We talked about where we converge, where we come together. So, our questions to you today, can you help us understand what the Brahma Kumari's understanding of God is? What is his role in this world? And what is our relationship to him? If you have time, I would also like you to answer, how should we connect to him? Right? We want to know that, right? How should we connect to him? And if we do, what is our benefit? Only three. I gave them five, right? I'm giving her only three.
Thank you, Sandhya Ben. Warm greetings, everyone. Om Shanti. Happy Mahashivratri. This is a beautiful festival that we celebrate with a lot of love. It's kind of a commemoration of God's incarnation and He keeping His promise to help us to come out of this cycle. It's interesting, I really loved this 1 hour, Sandhya Ben, and all what you all shared, our Father, thou art in heaven. So beautiful start, but also seeing the convergence, seeing the similarity in different religions where he's father in majority of the religions and traditions. In Jainism and in Buddhism, even though he's not the father, he's the perfect being. And that is something that I will bring your attention to in the little later part of what I say. But he's the perfect being and he's beyond the sufferings, right? He's beyond, he's perfect in that sense. He's liberated. So that idea, when we see, and all the other ideas, sometimes it still makes me feel God is mysterious, right? It's a mystery kind of to know who God is and trying to understand who God is. But just wanting to explore this relationship of father and child, or mother and child, or parent and child, if you will. We were taught since young age, that have faith in God, have faith in God. But actually, if you think a little bit, if you try to explore it a little bit, do we say that I will first have faith and then build a relationship, or do we first build a relationship and then have faith? What do you think? Do we first have a relationship and then we have faith? Or do we first have faith and then we build a relationship? A relationship first, right? You meet someone, you get to know them, you talk to them, you like them, you start to relate with them, you perhaps have a relationship with them. And then over a period of time, one day you say, I have complete faith in you, right? You don't say, oh, I have complete faith in you, and now let me try to have a relationship with you. Do you? No, right? So it is always first the relationship that has to be forged. But in our childhood, like I come from Hindu background, so from childhood, we are taught that he's our father, he's our mother. But without actually giving us the proper understanding of who he is, what he does, where he is, where he comes from, when does he come, and most importantly, really what relationship I have to have with him. Now, if I can't see someone, I can't see God with these eyes or can't hear him with these ears. So if I can't see someone, then how to have a relationship with this one? Nobody taught me that. And they said, oh, have complete faith in God. Leave everything to God. He will take care of you. Leave everything on whom? They didn't tell me that. Leave everything on whom, right? And so there is this little thing that we need to kind of understand, that why we started to then have belief in these deities or in Allah or in whoever, prophets, souls. So it's like, suppose, let's say, for example, I say that I have, Anjani Ben is here. So I say, I have a lot of faith in Anjani Ben. So now whatever Sister Anjani says, I say, okay, she tells me, go to this place and this will happen and they will take care of you. I've never been to this place, but she has been, and she tells me, Tina, you go to this place and you will be taken care of. So I tell her, okay, I don't know this place, I don't know these people, but I know you, so I have faith in you, and that's why I will be okay. But internally, I will still be little anxious, right? I don't know if everything will be okay. I don't know where I will stay. I don't know what will happen. I don't know if they will take good care of me, right? Because I don't have relationship with them, right? It's like sort of saying that, I know your daughter, like Jenny, I know your daughter. So, right? I know your daughter. So now I have a relationship with your daughter. I have friends with your daughter. So automatically I'm friends with you. Does it work like that? It doesn't work like that, right? I have to cultivate a relationship with her, with Nina's mom, and then I will become friends with her, and then I can, have faith in you, right? So it's like I have to create a relationship. But what has happened with us, all these spiritual masters or our teachers or our parents or our elders or our gurus or our seniors, whoever you want to call them, they told us to do something. And because we could see them, so we had faith in them. And we said, okay, because you're saying to me, God is like this, I have faith in you. And that's why I will have faith in God, right? So somebody else came and said that, no, 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 God is not like this. God is like this. So then I said, okay, hi, you are a learned person. So I believe in you. Whatever you say is right. Okay, so God is like this, right? So this is what has happened, right? But actually, these days, not only what we have seen so far through the different videos and prayers and the wisdom texts that were shared earlier, not only that, but even mother is related with God. Today, doctor is related with God, right? Gurus are compared to God. But actually, if you see, when you think of God, what image comes in front of you? What image comes in front of you? God is someone who's extremely loving. God is someone who's extremely compassionate, extremely forgiving, unconditional love. Can in this world really anyone have unconditional love for any other human being? Hmm? Shivan? Can anyone for anyone else have unconditional love? Hmm? Mother, you think so? Really? You have to understand this word unconditional. Unconditional love means, of course, the parents' love for their children will never, it will never stop or it will never go down. But let's say, for example, um, if the child, something happens with the child up and down, little, just he little something with his health or little something with his career or little up and down with with his behavior, or he makes a little mistake, what will happen to you as a parent? You will have little critical vision maybe towards him, little judgmental you will become, maybe little angry. or little upset, or you'll become little sad, right? Or you'll become little irritated. Why can't you listen what I say to you? Right? Now, when you have all these kinds of energies going on, your love is no more unconditional. It's blocked. It's blocked. The moment I have a critical thought about you, the moment I have a thought which is filled with sadness and upset and anger, love cannot be felt. So it's no longer unconditional love. So, what I'm trying to say is that really there is only one supreme being who is unconditional. Unconditional means not even one single negative thought or feeling or vibration or energy, whatever you like to call it. Not even one single negative feeling. Is there anyone like that in this world? No. Only one being is the being who's absolute, absolutely positive, absolutely pure, absolutely peaceful, never entertained peacelessness, never experienced hurt or sorrow, never entertained any form of ignorance, never trapped in any form of illusion or falsehood. It's a supreme being, we call him. And so that's why God is one. Mother cannot be God. Teacher cannot be God. God can be teacher. God can be mother. But mother in the worldly way cannot be God. So we have to stop comparing human beings to God. Any being who's in the humanly form, bodily form, corporeal form cannot be God. Because they will go through these up and downs, the fluctuation in the energies that they feel. Right? Sometimes I'm loving, sometimes I'm not so loving. Right? Sometimes I'm sweet and sometimes I'm not so sweet. So there is fluctuation in my energies, right? But the supreme being that we at Brahma Kumaris understand is the one incorporeal being, and he is ever benevolent. He is 100% constant, 100% loving, 100% peaceful, 100% pure, 100% happy soul, never becomes sad, never cries. Right? So when you see someone like that who's 100% constant, always consistent, is the one being who we refer to as the Supreme Soul. And of course, you can call him with any name. Name really doesn't matter. But with love, we call him Shiva, which actually signifies, his form, his attributes. He's called Satyam Shivam Sundar. Satyam means truth. God is truth. Never is telling us anything that is not true, whether you like it or not. He will reveal the truth. Right? Shivam means he's benevolent, ever brings benefit, only knows to bring benefit. Even you as a parent, if I tell you, Rajesh Bhai, if I tell you to write fortune of your child, what will you write? What kind of fortune will you write? As a parent, what kind of fortune you will write for your child, Sushil Bhai? Great fortune. Will you say, oh, once in a while, if he becomes sick, it's okay? Once in a while, if he falls down, it's no problem. It is okay. Let him fall down once in a while. Will that be okay? Will you write like that? Never. Not even by mistake, right? As a parent, you will not do that. So how can he, as a parent, do that to us? He cannot. And so I loved that aspect of Jainism and Buddhism where they are talking about the law of motion. They believe in law of motion, which is nothing but the law of karma. No? So it's not that God is punitive in nature or God is judgmental or God intervenes or God, he doesn't do all that. He just knows to bring benefit. He just knows to love. He doesn't even know what it means to be disliking someone. In our daily discourses this morning, especially, he said that I see you as my king child. King child, Raja Beta, right? Not only child. I don't see you just as child. I see you as my king child. Any parent, he said, even if they're poor, they will call their child as king child, my loving child, my dear child, right? Mm. So this whole idea that he doesn't see our weaknesses or he doesn't see our negativities or he doesn't see what we have adorned or adopted through the journey of life. What he sees is, what he sees is huh? Our perfection. What does he see? Love. What does he see? He sees us flawless. No, he knows we have defects. What does he see though? When we come in front of him, what does he see? A child. Thank you. Beautiful. He sees us as his creation. That's it. You are my creation. You are my child. And I just see you as my child. That's it. Have you heard the story of Panchanello? I have time to share a story? Yeah, okay. This is a this is story which is very close to my heart. I love this story. This is a story of Wimix Villa. Hmm? Wimix Villa is a village where Wimix stay. Wimix are nothing but wooden carved people. So up there high on the mountain lives a wood carver. His name is Eli. In his workshop, he's sitting there whole day carving these Wimix. And these mimics are very interesting. Some have big nose, some have big eyes, some have beautiful coat, some have beautiful shoes, some have beautiful hair, some have big body, some have slim body, some are tall, some are short. So all different kinds of mimics are there in this village. And whole day, every day, what is their job? They have two boxes. One box has black dots and one box has stars, golden stars. And whole day, up and down as they go in the village, whenever they see some mimic with a very smooth and nice wood, they will give them a star. If they see a mimic who has a nice clean coat, they will give them a star. If they see that their paint is very nice and clean, nothing has chipped, then they give them a star. Someone can spell big words, they give them a star. Someone has some skill to jump high, they give them a star. Someone can do something like pick big boxes, they give them a star, right? And then there are the others who are not as skilled. So there is one such fellow, his name is Panchanello. Panchanello has wood that is kind of chipped, so he gets a dot. Anytime he tries to jump over the water, he splashes the water everywhere and makes dirt and he gets a dot. If he tries to do something, he falls down, his wood is color paint is chipped, he gets a dot, right? He tries to say something, but he ends up saying something very silly, he gets a dot. Now, now he's full with dots. You can imagine, right? He's full with these black dots and he's so upset with himself. And he says, I don't like this. I don't want to be here. I'm not a good mimic. I'm not that skilled. I don't know enough. He's having these thoughts. So now he stops going out and mixing with those people and he goes and plays with those mimics who have black dots. Right? Natural, no? We can relate. We do the same thing. So one day he's playing with those mimics who also have black dots. And this person, this mimic comes whose name is Lucia. Lucia is white, full white. No color, no chipping, nothing, no black dot and no star. It's not that people didn't try to give her star or dots. They thought, oh, she's so beautiful. She has no black dots. Let me give her a golden star. but the star didn't stick. And some people looked down upon her that she doesn't have any star. Let me give her a black dot. But the dot also wouldn't stick. So Panchanello is surprised and very happy to see her. And he says, how come you have, no dots and no stars? And she says, well, I every day go up to the Eli's workshop and I see him. And Panchanello is asking, why do you go there? What do you do? And she says, why don't you go yourself and find it out? And he says, but will he be willing to see me? I am so full of black dots. But in that meantime, she's already gone. She's already gone. So he's like, oh, answer me. Will he really like to see me? And she says, you find out. So he's not very confident yet. He goes to his home, and up there he's sitting in the balcony looking at the moon, and he's looking in the village, and everybody's still continuing to put dots and stars. And in his mind, he mutters, this is not right. This is not right. This should not happen. So he said, I have to go. So one next day morning, he goes to Eli's workshop. Eli's workshop is a big workshop, and a big man is sitting there with a long beard, big mustache. And Panchanello slowly tries to get inside, and he says, no, I'm not staying here. This looks a little scary. But as he's turning back, Eli's voice comes and he says, hello, Panchanello. You are here. So he says, oh, you know my name? Of course I know your name. I am the one who created you. And then he picks him up and, puts Panchanello in front of him on the table. And he says, looks like you have a lot of bad marks. And Panchanello tries to say, Eli, I didn't mean to. At least tries to defend. So Eli is telling, I don't need you to defend me. Who are they to give you the marks? They're just like you, mimics. I am your creator. And then Panchanello says, I came to you because I met someone. I met Lucia. Lucia has no dots and no marks and no stars. And he says, yes, because the stars or the dots will only stick if you let them, if they matter to you. But it should not matter to you what I think should matter to you, because I am your creator. And he's a little confused. He says, I'm not sure if I understand. So Eli says, you will. For now, you just keep coming every day here and see me. And he says, why it doesn't matter to you? Eli says, because you are my child. You're my creation. I love you because you are my creation, and know that I, as a creator, don't make mistakes. And he puts Panchanello down. Panchanello is now walking down the door to go outside. And in his heart, he feels, he means what he says. And instantly, the dot falls down. Right? So that is the faith in the Creator. Some people say, I don't believe in God. Sometimes we have to ask people, do you believe in God? Why do I have to ask this question? Do I believe in God? Have you ever said to your mom, I don't believe if you're my mom? I'm not sure if you're my dad. Never, right? So where does this question come from? Why did this question come from? Because there is no relationship and no experience. Ethics and religion tells us, listen, read, and believe. Spirituality teaches us, listen, read, experiment, experience, then believe. And that's why science and spirituality is so close. That's why I love science. I love this logical thing that goes on, and you makes it easy for you. Science says do the experiment and prove. Spirituality says do the experiment and experience. And it is that experience that will be your biggest evidence, your biggest proof. You don't need anything else to prove. God cannot be proved. God can only be experienced. Right? Just like energy cannot be proved, energy can only be experienced. And so we celebrate this, forging this relationship with God as our parent. He can be mother also, not just father. But I have to see him like in some relationship, with some relationship. I have to forge that, I have to cultivate that. And how do I cultivate a relationship? Meditation. No, if I meet you, let's say I met you today, I don't know your name, but let's say I come and talk to you and I now know your name and I like you for some reason. I think, oh, I want to be friends with you. So what will I have to do? I have to spend time. Okay, so if I come and sit with you and just sit with you and do nothing, spending time with you, is that enough? No, what I have to do? Huh? How? Huh? Talk. I have to talk. Right? Until I communicate with you, I get to know you more and more. I won't be able to know you. And unless I know you, I won't be able to have relationship with you. And unless I have a relationship with you, I won't be able to experience goodness in that relationship, right? So it's very important to forge and connect with God, whichever relationship you like. It could be friend, it could be relationship of guide, it could be relationship of a companion, or it could be relationship of, child, any relationship. But the thing is, you need to communicate, share everything with him, make a relationship, forge a relationship, and then you see the magic. Then he will take care of you, everything he will do for you. He says, I come as a servant. Father is like a servant to his child, no? The father will become a horse for the child. The father will, even if he's tired, he will get up and get the glass of water for his child. The father does everything. No? So, God as Father, what he will not do for us? The Almighty Authority, the Supreme Being. He is the one who's above and beyond all illusions, beyond all cycles like birth and death, somebody was mentioning. He's beyond sorrow, beyond happiness, right? He's the one who is ocean of all these qualities, ever full, bestower. He has nothing, like he's not in a position of neediness. We are sometimes in the position of neediness. He doesn't need anything from us, right? And that being is the supreme being who we call the incorporeal supreme soul, supreme father, Shiva. No bodily being can be compared to him in that way. And sometimes, you see the nature and you see the nature is so beautiful. This creation is so beautiful. The painting is so beautiful. It's a perfect line, perfect strokes. And you will say, oh, there must be an artist. So you're assuming, looking at the painting, that there must be an artist. But you haven't connected with the artist yet. And you just try to connect with the creation and praise the creation. And that's what we have been doing. All of this is creation of God, right? All these prophet souls, founders of religion, deity souls, great souls, all of them are creation. Right? But because we can't see God, we misidentify them to be God. It's like if you do something for me, you go out of your way and you do lot for me, what I will say? Oh, you're like God for me. You're like an angel for me. But actually, you will think, oh, what did I do? It's normal. So we misidentify because we can't see him and we can see human beings. So that's why we sometimes, you know, think that these prophet souls or these deities are gods and goddesses. But there is only one God. God is truth. God is the most benevolent one and the most beautiful one. Has no trace of any form of negativity. That's why he's called also Sat Chit Anand. That means he is the truth, he's the sentient living energy, and he is always in blissful state. His role is actually to come during this dark period of, the dark night, we say, when the world is in full of irreligiousness and corruption and aggression and sinful acts and negativity everywhere. He comes during that time. Why? So he can pull us out. We are like in this quicksand of negativity, but he's the only one who's outside. So he's the only one who can pull us out. So he comes to liberate us. He comes to purify us. He comes to take us into that beautiful day or golden world or new world by giving us the power of knowledge, power of truth, power of wisdom. Right? And it is through his power of love and his power of purity that he sustains and nurtures us and reforms us, if you will. So, in that sense, he comes to transform the old world into the new world, the dark night into the beautiful morning, right? So, I feel that is how, I would suggest that maybe we let our creative freedom be, alive and try to connect with God, with that understanding of him being that incorporeal being, and forge a relationship, connect with him, absorb from him, learn, experiment, and experience, and see how you can grow further and further and further. Right? We all have our higher self, our greater version up there. So we can reach that. And that's why they say God made us into an image like himself. But what I am today, do I feel I'm an image like God? So where can I bring that little shift in my consciousness, in my awareness? It can happen only when I connect with God. So that is why we celebrate this day with that awareness that it is his incarnation on the planet to help us, to support us, to guide us, to impart his knowledge, to make us powerful again, clean, just like himself. Yeah, beautiful. He's the most beautiful one. So we have to become like him, most beautiful ones, with this positive energy around us. Anyone sees us should feel happy. I'm so happy to meet you. They should say like that, right? I'm so happy to see you. That energy you liberate, right? And if you just do that much, that's more than enough. Yeah, good. Did I cover your questions? Mhm.
Do you all have the courage to meet Eli? Do you all get the courage to meet Eli? Remember Eli? So, Sister Tina, how do we connect to Eli?
Knowing him.
Can you take us through it?
Yeah, sure. Let's try to connect with him. Yeah. Yeah, sit comfortably wherever you're sitting. Alert, straight. And if you can, keep your eyes open and focus on this point here so that you don't go into sleep mode. Right. and bring your 100% attention to the present moment. It is in this present moment that I realize, I understand that I am a beautiful creation of the most beautiful creator. I realize that I am child of the supreme parent. And just knowing this little fact empowers me from within. It makes me feel that I am not ordinary. But just like Panchanalo, I'm very, very special. And in this moment, I also have this thought that no matter what the world thinks about me, no matter what remarks and marks they give me, I will only consider that to be true what the Eli says. And in order to understand the signals and the teachings and knowledge of the Eli, I connect my intellect to that one supreme being, the purest of all, the almighty authority, most benevolent of all. And as I see myself as the child of this being, very naturally I reclaim my right. I have a right to my father's inheritance. I have a right to my parents' guidance. I have a right to my teacher's knowledge. I have a right to my friend's time. Whatever relationship you like, start there and claim your right to be in his company, to enjoy his time and attention. And let his vision fall upon you. Stay steady, stay connected. Just being in his company naturally is enabling me to fill myself with his unlimited light and light. My father has the best intention. And I'm willing to make the necessary changes so we can come forward.
This is, it's so simple. It's so profound, wasn't it? You all enjoy? Fine. We're coming to the close of the program. Just a few announcements. We have an exhibition downstairs. If you want to learn a little more about whatever you heard this evening here, you can go downstairs. There's a little exhibition and there's also a light dinner. Before we go, for those of you who already know the Brahma Kumaris, what do you get in the end? Toli and blessing, right? So you come up one by one to get your Toli and blessing. We have a new meditation course starting on the 3rd of March in person here. So if any one of you is interested in learning the course, please register. You can give your name out there. Luis, you take the names. Okay. You're ready to drop your dots and stars and everything and meet and live with Eli? All right. Sister Uma, I'd like to invite you up on the stage. Maybe we start row by row. From that side.